Good morning on this wet and rainy morning here in the UK, and my name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, as I say, based here in the UK, and it is lovely to come on and say hello and do some crafting with you. So, just pressing buttons on things, making sure everything is chugging along nicely. Let's come over to my Facebook page on my laptop. Right, so good morning and welcome to anybody that's going to come and join me on live. Do say hello if you're here live. Do share these videos out with any friends that you think might enjoy them. And if you're coming in on replay, also do say hello and feel free to share these videos out to anybody you think would enjoy them. Right, this morning I thought we would have a bit of a play. Another stamp set that has not yet, seen the light of day. The Posted for You stamp set. And this stamp set has a little punch that goes with it. Let me just shut some of these things down here. There's all sorts of things. My laptop's playing catch up. So you've got this beautiful stamp set, and then we've got this stamp shaped punch. So it's like a postage stamp, an oversized postage stamp. And that's going to be, the punch is going to be useful for all sorts of things. That you want sort of a fancy rectangle, either that you just want a scalloped rectangle or that you want to create a sort of stamp look. And particularly when it comes to Christmas cards and things, when it comes to Christmas cards and things, that's going to be particularly useful. Morning, Glenda. So I thought we'd have a little look at this morning and have a bit of a play. I've got a few things out ready to go and a few vague ideas wandering around in my head. So nothing unusual there. Let me find, first of all, some thick Whisper White cardstock. And we're going to make a little square card this morning. We've not done one of those for a little while. Thank you, Glenda, for the bless you. It's awful, isn't it, when you know it's coming. You can feel it coming. It's coming, it's coming. Go away. Right, so let's cut that at 9.9 centimetres. And let's cut it the other way. Morning, Lisa. We'll cut it the other way at 19.8. Take off that little bit just there. And then we're going to score it at 9.9. So then we'll have a little 9.9 centimetre square card. And as I've said on many occasions, the reason I make them 9.9 centimetres is because you can get 3 of those out of a piece of A4 card. And we want to be nothing if not frugal, and they will fit in. And then excellent, Caroline, that's lovely. Going to go and see them, that's fab. So yes, we've got a little 9.9 card. You can get 3 of those out of a piece of A4, and they will fit nicely into a 3-inch square envelope, which certainly here are fairly easily come by. So to go on there, I've already cut a little 9.5 piece square piece of Bumblebee and a 9-inch square piece of that really pretty flowery paper that comes from the Ornate garden papers. We were using these in a class last week to make a toilet roll tag book. So lots of little oddments left in there. So that's so really pretty pack of paper. The papers are gorgeous, and some of them have got gold foiling and things on. So I think we're going to use that paper for both of our cards today. So there we are. We've got a little bit nice bright and bold background on that card. And I've also got some more little bits of bumblebee there that we might need in a little while. So let's just find ourselves some Whisper White card. Still not managed to sort out all these random pieces of card I have lying around. It is still a job waiting to be done. It'll get done eventually. And let's have a look. I'm going to take these little birds. I thought flowers and birds would work quite nicely together. So it's this little stamp just here with the birds on. And we want this sticker just here with the birds on. And we'll marry the two together. And pop that on there, just like that. And we'll take our memento ink. Now, it's all right, I'm just stopping for a think. Yep, no, we're going to carry on. So I'm going to ink up those little birds just there. Stamp that. Have I given myself enough of a margin? Morning, Jane. Yes, I have. Perfect. So we'll line those up in our punch and punch those out. Let's look at it the right way on, and then I should be able to tell a bit better whether we're straight. Perfect. One little stamp with a those beautiful little birds on. So two little birds and two on there sitting on their branches. Obviously you don't have to punch these out in stamps. You could have that just as birds sitting on a branch, sitting on a, you know, on something else, either on a different dice shape or a just on a background somewhere. But we want to make use of these cute little stamp, this cute little stamp punch as well. So I've picked out a few colours in my blends that go with our little background just there. So let's see, we've got some old olive. So let's do some old olive, and possibly our leaves in our flowers are a little bit of old olive and mint macaron. So I might add in a bit of mint macaron as well. We'll see how that goes because they're quite tiny leaves. Now I think it might be a bit too much to try and get mint macaron in those leaves as well. We'll just colour them in old olive. I have got a soft suede just there that I'll use to add in some colour to the branch. They're very sweet. Sweet little birds. Morning, Janice. There we go, there's our little leaves. Let's just bring in the light soft suede, I think. And we'll just add in, morning Jackie. We'll add in some branches. Now, the flowers in here are terracotta tile. We don't have a terracotta tile blend. Couldn't think of the word then, but I have got out the Calypso Coral because the dark Calypso Coral is quite close, and the light Calypso Coral will blend in quite nicely. So I think I'm going to add in a bit of Calypso Coral to their wings and perhaps to the tip of their tails. I think I might come in with some light So Saffron. Bumblebee again is another colour that we haven't got in these blends, but So Saffron is sort of almost like a much paler version, so that sort of is quite nice tone on tone. And then let's add in some light soft suede just there. Going to come round their eyes. Give this one a bit of a soft suede belly. So that's quite sweet. I'm going to take my punch, and I don't know whether I'll get two out of here or whether I might need to get another piece of card, because I need to leave a border. Oh no, I think I'll manage it just about to get two out of there and still have, yes, enough of a border to put back on there. And then we will form a background for that. So we want to cut this one in half this way and lose these, miter off these corners a bit. And then that will sit there. And then this one, we're going to use these top and bottom bits to give us our bit along the top as well. So again, let's take that out, and that will allow us that bit across there that I can trim down in a minute. And that will allow us this bit down here that we can trim off in a minute. Right, so let's stick those in place. Just wondering before I do that, actually I'm going to grab my ink colour sponges and things and my Bumblebee ink. And I'm going to take my Bumblebee ink and my little bit of stamp. Now this is a new ink pad, so it's going to be really quite juicy. I'm going to come in and sponge the edge of that stamp. Just like that. Okay, now we'll stick our edges and things on. one. Two. Put that like that, and then just trim off round here. Like that. And then the same on the bottom. Morning, Sally. And trim that one off too. Okay, so we have a little stamp with a little bumblebee border. We have our flowery card. Let's just gather these back into the box for now. Now, we've got some nice greetings on there. We've got sending love your way, just a note, and happy birthday. I'll just make this a little happy birthday. So let's find our happy birthday sticker. Put that on. Let's put it the right way because that will be so much better. I think I'm going to stamp that. I think we'll go with Old Olive again. Onto a little morsel of Whisper White, of which I've got plenty. These sort of strip pieces of white card, I seem to end up with lots of those. Let's just stamp that on there. Oh, we've got a blob on the end of there, didn't we? That's not quite flat. Let's try that once more with feeling. That's better. Now there are one or two of these little mini trimmers available if anybody's looking to get their hands on one who hasn't got one but would like one. I'm going to cut that to yeah, I'm going to cut it to 3/4 of an inch. We'll cut a strip of bumblebee to 1 inch, and then we'll get our pick a punch, and I think we'll go with this sort of scallopy end because that quite nicely matches the scallopy end on the I think that one is fairly even, so we'll just put that in there like that. So there we are, a nice scallopy end happy birthday. Then we'll take our 1 inch strip that in. Let's get our doobry out for this one. So we know that that wants to go there, like that. So we'll want that to come about there, like that. So we all know that we need to cut this off around about there. So let's do that. And then if we put that back in there, that hopefully should be, voila, perfect sizing. For our little tag. Let's get rid of some of our little bits just here. We don't need those. Right, so what we will do is we will sponge that as well. Ooh. So that it matches that. That inside bit. I'm also thinking I may just get some really tiny little bits of this paper. Going to just fussy cut. One of these little flowers. And it comes. And I think I've got those scissors really. These are much better. Let's come for this little one as well. There we come. And a couple of little flowers just to add embellishment to that tag. That's rather cute. So it brings that in line with the colours of everything else. And then I think I've actually got this bumblebee gingham ribbon. That would be quite pretty. It's on the foiled side. It's determined to be on the foiled side. Let's add in a little bit of gingham as well. Excellent. Right, let's pop these ones together. So that one's stuck together quite nicely. Let us put some glue on the back of our designer series paper. This glue has very nearly given out the ghost. Having to give it a good firm shake every now and then to get it to come down. Let's pop these little ones together. Don't very often do yellow cards, but they're very nice and summery, sort of, well, spring-like, summery feel to them. Nice and bright. Let's have, come on, don't give up on me now. A little dot top and bottom. For our flowers. Let's position that and then we'll know where we want our ribbon. So I think we'll have some dimensionals behind that to lift that up. Hi Anita. So it looks very odd on the back, but that's okay because it's on the back, and we're, after we stuck it on, probably never going to see it again. What's important is it looks okay on the front. There's our little postage stamp. Let's lay down our bumblebee gingham ribbon. One of the few ribbons actually in the catalogue that isn't part of a suite. It just is because it is, and it is beautiful. Something else that looks most bizarre on the back. We'll just ignore the back, turn that over, stick that onto the front. But we don't like to waste cards, so it was a question of using that piece of card to punch those layers out for the postage stamp. And then some dimensionals on the back of there. So they're sort of going either side of that ribbon. Like that. It's not quite like that because that's a bit wonky. A bit more like that. There we go. Do we want anything else on that ribbon? We could perhaps put a little knot through here. Just because that way is hiding our flower. Let's come that way and trim that off a little bit more so it is just a tiny little knot. In the end there. So that's just letting that paper in the background, but just bringing in those birds, and the fact that we've sponged around the edges sort of brings that yellow into those as well. But just pretty. They're such pretty little stamps. So that's sort of using it as a postage stamp, as a bit of an embellishment on a simple little card. So there's one. There's one play with the stamp set. Let's have a little look at what else we've got. So let me get rid of little tiny bits of things that we don't need. And we'll put that to one side for a minute. Clean up our little bird and our happy birthday. So also in there you've got this sort of nice special delivery postage mark that you can add to things, which is quite cute. But I thought this time we would use this single flower. So we've got this one single flower just here. You've got your little love greeting there as well. It's a really sweet little set. The sort that can get missed initially. There we go. Now, I have got here another piece of paper from that same Ornate garden paper, but it's this beautiful one, not with this gold foiling on a mint macaron background. So I thought we'd take a mint macaron card base. So let's cut this to 14.9 and score at 10.5. So just a standard card base, wherever you are. Might be slightly different measurements, but and then we're going to take our piece of mint macaron paper. Let me do it this way, so I've got a long strip there. So I'm trying to work out what's the best way of leaving the leftover bits. So, and I want this 14.4 because I'm not wasting those. We'll put those to good use somewhere else. Really pretty. It's just such an elegant paper. Then we're going to cut a strip to go on the front. So I'm going to make it, I think I'll make it 13.4. So it is got a bit showing top and bottom. And then I think coming across the top, going to go 6. I'm not looking at that. Hello, Karen. I'm going to go 5.5. I'm going to take it up down a little strip more. Yep, I think I'm happier with that. So, card base in mint macaron, gorgeous, gorgeous gold foiled paper, and just a little strip. So we're going to play with the little strip, and we're going to take our pretty flower, thank you Karen for sharing, and I'm going to take some Versamark and I'm going to take some gold embossing, and we'll get our embossing buddy out, or whatever you happen to have that you can use to put on your cardstock. And we're going to stamp some flowers on our panel. So I can just about see them. have one coming in here, and we'll have a bit of something coming across there. We might need a bit of something just coming in there. Right, okay, let's have a look and see what that looks like when we sprinkle our embossing powder on it. Oh, need to get my paintbrush out. Oh, that's quite a fat one. That's a better one. Let's just get rid of this excess. And I knocked that slightly just there. Let's add in a bit more just there. Okay. Let's heat that up. It's a really lovely stamp actually for repeat stamping like this. I think the way the flowers lie really lend themselves to twisting them round, and some going this way and some going that. Make a gorgeous basis for a one sheet wonder. You might need some different stamp sets added into it to give you sort of smaller bits in between, but really beautiful. It's like a sort of flocked wallpaper. Lovely. Right, so what I did think I would do, somewhere I have the lid to the embossing powder. Let us do that first. There we go. Somewhere I have the mint macaron blends. I was just thinking, not particularly going to add much more colour. I might just add, just using the light mint macaron, just adding in a bit of shading to the centre of those flowers. Around there. Morning, Wendy. Just centre of these flowers, we're adding a little bit more. And it dries lighter still, so as it dries, it's even more subtle. And I might just add the leaves. And where they peep in. That's looking pretty. I think we need, let me go on a wander. Oh, sorry that I'm wobbling you. My wire seems to have got a bit tangled up. Just want some gold foil. So I think I'm going to cut a piece of gold foil that is, I'm probably going to trim that front panel down a little bit. So I'll make this 5.5 by 13.4. And then I'll trim this one down a little bit, and that can sit on a gold. So I'll make this one 12.9 by 5. Like that. It's rather elegant, isn't it? Let's have a little look. We might have a sending love your way. Hello, Tara and Hilary. Lovely to have you all join us this morning. So let us pop that on there and pick up that label. And look, the perfect little piece of mint macaron just there. Oh, not quite long enough. We'll put that in there. Let us bring back in our embossing, gold embossing, as we want to keep it, we're doing it very sort of just keeping those two colours, mint macaron and gold. Let's give that a good flick, knock off any excess, and actually I think that's pretty spot on. I don't think we need to tackle that one with our paintbrush. Heat this one up. I'm going to trim that down in a minute, and I'm going to want a nice little bit of gold foil to sit behind that as well. Where could I find a nice little bit of gold foil? Well, there's a bit that's going to be sitting behind there, so let's whip that out. So I'm just going to take my trimmer and literally gut the centre of this foil. Now, it doesn't have to be any particular measurement, as long as we've left ourselves enough to form a frame for our card underneath, and it should, and as always, we're not going to see what's going on underneath that paper, so we're not having to be perfect or pretty. We just want that bit of gold foil out of there. And in fact, I'm just going to pull that bit because we shall need to trim it down anyway. Okay, so now we can put that back underneath there. No one will ever know that we've pinched it. Shh. our secret. Okay, let's trim this one up. I'm going to leave myself a bit of an end. And I'm using the edge of my this sort of it just here, just as a guide to how straight that's looking in terms of that greeting. There's that curly G sitting on there as well as that curly Y. And that actually now is about 2 centimeters. That was good, wasn't it? So let's make this one about 2.5. So actually that's pretty well there. Just need to trim a smidge off this edge. So the nice thing about these sorts of trimmers is you can just get a smidge off the edge, which is all we needed. Okay, and we'll decide how we're going to finish that end in just a minute. The other thing I think I might look for is something else that's become a bit of a favourite, and that's this gold thread. Okay, let's start sticking this one together. So we'll put a beautiful gold embossed designer series paper from that Ornate garden pack. This of course was the pack that had the, I'm going to have to give up and open the new glue in a minute. This was the pack that was on early release that we've been able to get our hands on since, was it April? Certainly a little while since we've been able to get our hands on this one. Here's our panel that we have stamped and gold embossed. It's become a challenge now. Can I make it to the end without having to change my glue? Now what I will just do is wipe some of that glue off the back, because I'm going to put that up, I think, on dimensionals. Can you hear my brain ticking? I think I might just cut it straight, actually, having deliberated. I'm going to stick on that, and then I shall use my scissors to trim that other end. So let's pop that onto our gold foil mat, and we'll just take our scissors and cut that by eye. And I think, morning Wendy, are you okay? Let's just we'll put a dimensional on that end, and and we'll have a little bit of glue coming on the other, or a glue dot possibly. Let's attempt a double bow with our gold twainy stuff. Tweak, tweak. It does fray. I love the fact that it frays. We'll trim that off like that. Glue dot, I think, this other end, or perhaps a couple of glue dots. That's only so that I don't have to open another glue, you understand. Oh, the bee is in complete agreement. I don't know if you can hear that buzzing away in the background. We'll have another little glue dot for our pretty thread bow. And then let's have a little look. The other thing we of course had alongside this particular, or the Ornate bundle of products, was these beautiful gilded gems. So let's pop a few of those on as well, just because we can. Right, so we've had a nice time playing with Posted For You, and we played with the punch that goes with it. And as always tends to be the case, we've come up with two cards with a very different feel. We've got this beautiful mint macaron and gold elegance just there, and then we've got this bright spring-like bumblebee card just there. I'm tying myself in knots with gold thread. So there you go. Whether you colour them with your blends or whether you emboss them with gold embossing powder, it's a really cute little stamp set. Fabulous little punch that's going to be very useful for labels of all sorts. Yeah, good fun. So I hope you have enjoyed that this morning. I will go away now and have a big think about what we're going to have tomorrow for our All Request Friday. I think I know the direction I'm going. So while I have a cup of tea and eat my breakfast, I will ponder that, and I will put you up a post and we'll get voting for what we're going to play with tomorrow. I think we'll keep All Request Friday going. As of next week, obviously, we're just going to go back to 2 Facebook Lives. We've been doing one a morning, every morning, since we went into lockdown here in the UK at the end of March. But really, I need to claw back that time a little bit just to concentrate on all my classes and things I'm trying to get out to you lovely people. But I will be doing, so I'll be doing 2 lives, one on a Monday, one on a Friday. I think we'll keep Friday as All Request Friday, and then I should be putting up a video that will go live and you'll be able to see on a Wednesday morning, as well as lots of other little bits that I'll be putting up along the way. So yep, I will see you all very soon, and yeah, see you in the morning. Have a lovely day.